I'm your host, Destiny Sidwell.
I'm also your host, Sarah Crowley.
And this is Bookmark'd. Did you ever grow up and would you like wake up some mornings and your mom would just have on like music choice?
I don't think she would have it on, but I would put it on after school. Like that was like what I would throw on the TV. I loved watching the music videos.
See,
those are my favorite.
Mine was I would wake up on like a Saturday morning and my mom would have on like either worship music
on the TV.
On the TV, she would have on worship music, and I would smell like pine sol, and I knew
she's cleaning with some.
And then I would be like, I'm gonna sleep in because
I think we would put it on like if we wanted music on. My mom would throw on that channel.
But isn't that crazy that like now you would just put on Spotify on the speaker or something?
It is, yeah, because you would turn on. There's like 5 to 10 channels of like different like genre of music. Mm-hmm. I loved when the music videos would come on though, because there's songs I would listen to on the radio, and then I got to see the music video. And I was like, wow.
I would beg to put it on the country music station, and then I would love watching Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert.
I don't know which one I listened to. I think it was like the pop one, like just like the.
Yeah.
What's poppin' right now?
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Quick pause in today's episode to thank our sponsor, which is Book of the Month, which we all know and love. But if you have not heard of Book of the Month, they are a monthly online book service subscription.
Every single month, they curate a list for readers to help promote new and emerging authors and help you guys find books that you may not have found otherwise. I know that I have found a bunch of new authors from Book of the Month.
I found new authors. I found 5 stars. I found new books.
All of them.
Book of the Month also offers free shipping and also the best price on new release hardcover fiction. You guys can get your first book for just $5 with the code PUMPKIN.
What did you pick this month?
I picked The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden and Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. 2 new releases, one by an author I read a lot and another one that I'm very excited about. What did you pick?
I also got Intermezzo because a lot of people are talking about it. I recently reread Normal People, so I'm excited to test out Sally Rooney again. And then I got Dearest because I've been in my that vibe for October. It's very good. So you guys, don't forget, we're going to have it all linked down below. Get your first book for just $5 with the code PUMPKIN this month. That's insane. And thank you so much again to Book of the Month for sponsoring today's podcast. We love you.
We love you.
Welcome to the first week of October, which is crazy. Can we talk about it for a second? I love October.
I also love October. I think it's I think October 1st, when October 1st falls, spooky.
I love it because even though we have talked about fall, we need to but we are trying to let fall go on, after Halloween. It's very hard for me because I love Christmas.
Yeah, but it goes for me up until Thanksgiving. Like, we have a whole November to go.
I know.
You can't see that.
I'm already getting Christmas TikToks, not to talk about Christmas.
I've been getting Christmas TikToks since, when was the first one I sent you?
Before fall.
July.
Yes. You were we were talking about how we couldn't wait for fall. I swear we had talked about it in a podcast. After the podcast, Sarah texted me, I can't wait for Christmas.
There's something about knowing, or not knowing, thinking about, just the feel of the holiday season. It's the best. Just thinking about it.
I love fall and all of the activity. Okay, I love fall, especially October, because I feel like that's when you do the bulk of the fall activity. Yeah. After October, are you doing the fall activities? No.
I think once it hits November, you're not, I personally am not going to go to the pumpkin patch. You have to get it all in October.
That's what I mean. So I think that's where I start falling off the fall bandwagon, because it's you do all of that in October. You may do a few things before, but you do the bulk of it in October. But Christmas, I love the decorations and the magical feeling that is around Christmas.
So you want to start early, which is totally fine.
Yeah,
but I think that you should prolong your fall a little bit.
Here's what I said.
Okay.
Whenever I come back from going back home, second week of November, I told everybody I'm putting up Christmas decorations, but I won't decorate the tree until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. My mom said my mom was like, I remember when in November she wants to put the tree up, and usually we do it after Thanksgiving, and I said, girl, that's early. That's a little early. I think she said the first week or something of November, because she likes when the Christmas tree is up. She thinks it's cozy. She likes the way the house feels with it. She loves the Christmas tree.
For me, Christmas decor is top tier cozy and magical vibe. Especially it's getting colder. It's getting dark early. Yeah. So I need all of the illumination.
Yeah, it makes the house feel.
But I said I won't decorate the tree until after Thanksgiving.
That's fine.
I won't. I'll put all of the other Christmas decor up. It'll be Christmas everywhere else except...
Save the tree for the last thing you do. When it's when you start feeling holiday spirit.
See, but then I get conflicted. Because it's like, I want to decorate the dining. I want to lay the table with, you know, the fancy shit. But it's like, then you have Thanksgiving. So it's like, are y'all going to be eating on Christmas
Christmas
plates?
Having Thanksgiving dinner here? Are you going to do a Thanksgiving thing together?
I'm going home.
Did you hear that? Kind of had a Texas
I know.
twang there.
I know.
We'll talk about it after.
I'm going home, but Isaac's family is coming here, and he's doing Thanksgiving with them here.
I feel like you should set a Thanksgiving little table set up for them.
I know.
With your stuff you have.
I know.
So at least it's getting used. You know, they can have a Thanksgiving set up.
But I don't have any Thanksgiving plates.
Okay.
But I would buy Christmas plates.
Set up the Christmas stuff for them.
No, I'll be like, y'all, because it's not going to get on Christmas. We're going home for Christmas. So somebody's eating off these Christmas plates.
Yeah, someone's got to use the plates. Bring them home with you. Are you going to fly home?
No.
Or you take the car?
No, I'm taking the car because Charlie has to go with me.
So I think that you should take all the Christmas plates home with you.
Imagine I'm like, hey, here, my parents who have so much Christmas stuff, I'm like, hey, I'm just going to add on to this really quick. But not to get on the Christmas rant, when we are literally...
We always, whenever we have a theme like a fall or something, we're on to the next one. Well, and we never mean to.
I think where I got us derailed was that I was like, I can't believe it's October. It's almost the end of we are in the last 3 months of the year. And like, when you really think about that, I don't like thinking about it because I feel like January was a few months ago.
I feel like I was just in Florida for New Year's. I was telling Chris, I think it goes so fast.
Same.
Yeah, we're both in Florida for New Year's. I told Chris, I think it feels like it's going so fast because we're always thinking about like the next thing. Like we're talking about Christmas right now. And it goes so fast. Like I'm thinking about what I'm doing next week and where I'm going in the next few weeks. And then that comes and I'm thinking about the next thing. So it's like when those come, it's just like time has gone so fast. And it's already gone.
No, and I think that is a big thing because like I feel like as human beings, majority of us can't live in the moment.
Yeah, like when I was younger, like time went so slow because we were very present playing when we were younger.
Well, yeah, because like when you're younger, you don't have any other responsibility other than like what your parents and school is like telling you have to do or like obligations that you have. But then when you get older and you like have your own life, you're like...
I remember when I went to camp when I was younger, I think it was like what camp is like 6 weeks or something, or maybe like 5 to 6. It was like one of those camps where you like go to like a day camp. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you would just go during the day, come back home at night.
No, sleep away. It was like a daytime camp.
I was like, holy crap, your parents shipped you off for 6 weeks?
No. It was a day camp, but like you go like for however long the schedule is. But I remember asking one of the counselors like, when is camp like over? Like in the beginning of the camp year, and she said we're only here for like 5 weeks, and I was like, summer's 5 weeks long? Like, I was shook that when I found out that you're in school for 9 months and summer's like however many months it is. I was shook because summer felt so long to me when I was younger. Because you're having so much fun.
And do you ever now, like, think about that? Like, when you're thinking about the months, I feel like this just now left me and I just had this realization that I don't think like this anymore, which is crazy. This is my 4th year out of high school. 2022, 2023, 2024. We're going in 2025. Yes.
I don't like that because that means it's my... I can't think about it. Like...
Yeah.
10 years ago, I was a freshman.
But mine is like because I didn't go to college.
Yeah.
Like if I had like graduated college, that's what I would be basing it off of. But I'm saying that this just now left me. Just had this realization that I don't think like this anymore, which is crazy. But like every other year when I would be like in October, I'd be like, well, if I was still in school, I'd be like, oh, it's almost fall break. Like that's kind of like how that's like when you're in school, you're like, oh, I'm just getting to this 2 weeks that I have off. And then I'm getting to Thanksgiving and then I'm getting to Christmas and then I'm getting to spring break. Like I don't think like that anymore.
No, because I think in school you like use the holidays as like different points. Like that's how you know you have like a break or time off.
I would be like just crawling to the breaks. Like by that point, like I would need them so badly.
I was like in college was so nice because we had a winter break was so long. Like you get off for like end of December and a lot of January. You have a month off basically.
I feel like college, you're not actually like in school as long as you were like in high school at all.
No, I think you have more breaks. We also had my school. We had a fall break. We had one other random break the school did. Then we had winter break was really, really long. Spring break. You have a lot of breaks.
But I feel like high schoolers go back to school and then college kids like don't go back for like a whole other month.
Well, they only have off I think in high school for like you have like the Christmas and New Year's and then you're back like January 3rd. Like after New Year's is over, like you're already back.
Well, remember we talked about it. When did you go back to school? Like when was your back to school in high school?
Yeah, it was September. Like we would go back like September 9th.
And I told Sarah that all my life it was always like we went back at the end of July.
Like that is so insane to me.
And we got out at the very end of May and went back at the very end of July.
Yeah, well we would get out at the end of June. So I guess it makes sense, like it matches up, but like we were in school until June. Like summer didn't start until like very end of June.
And that's crazy to me is that because our summer would start like end of May, like basically beginning of June, and then we would go back and you would be in school like in July, which I don't like that.
Well, I remember, like, in high school, my birthday was, like, the last few days of school. So, like, the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, like, we would only have, like, a week or something left of school.
Which
That's
is
how, like,
always, like, the most stressful week.
Yeah. Yeah, I think senior year I ended up, like, just taking off many a times for...
Well, senior year... Because you're graduating, like this is how it was for my high school, like you took finals and stuff like weeks before
earlier.
Because like the last like 2 or 3 weeks before school is over, you just did like activities, different really senior things. Like I actually missed my last day of school. I didn't go to like my last few days of school.
I think they don't do anything. The last day of school is just like
they did like celebratory things, but I think we ended up going to Dallas because Isaac had an event and he wanted me to go with him, so we just went to Dallas and then we came back for graduation.
Yeah, I don't really remember my last day of school. It's actually going to make
me emo a little bit.
I know. That's crazy. Mine was... When did I graduate high school? 2018. I think my last day... It's like when you have like those yearbooks and you like run around with the yearbooks. Everyone signs them.
See, I never got a yearbook.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I think only senior year I got one. But like when I was growing up, like elementary school, middle school, we got yearbooks. Like that was always fun.
Oh yeah, I think I have elementary yearbooks, but when I was in high school, and then when the yearbooks would come out, I would really regret not buying any, and I would look through to see if I was in the yearbook.
Yeah, I think that's why only seniors at my high school really got the yearbook, because it's like most of them have like pages and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know where mine is, but I remember getting it, and I think everyone's excited. Like, you have one of those days. Those were always fun, too, when you were younger and got the yearbook. And you had to run around all your friends. And when I found out what HAGs meant, I was, like, throwing that in everyone's yearbook.
I don't even remember signing people's yearbooks.
I loved it. I would go up to people, like, I wasn't even, like, really friends with. I'd be like,
let's sign each other's. I guarantee you that if I found wherever those yearbooks are at, my mom definitely has them in a box somewhere. Yeah. I would find like that people were signing my yearbook, but I have no recollection of people signing my yearbook.
Definitely. You'll probably remember some people that you used to be friends with that you were like, oh my god.
Oh, I wish I would have got yearbooks though.
You have a couple.
But like I wish I would have gotten a yearbook like every year of school. Like I wish my parents
got them?
Because that's like something that like as a parent I think I would be like calling the school like, do you guys have the yearbook slips out yet? Because I want like as a parent like have a keepsake of like looking through your yearbook.
I remember my brother would get yearbooks because he was a year, 2 years ahead of me, so I looked through his.
I had to go into school because we've talked about how my senior year was all over the place. I had to like go into school like because we weren't even in school. I think it was the day that everybody was off school and you had to like schedule in.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to do that too.
Guess what my outfit was?
What?
Have you ever seen the meme of The Rock with the black turtleneck and the fanny pack?
He wore that.
I unironically wore that as my senior outfit.
Crazy.
And whenever my mom got the I wish I had them. My mom like had the little like samples that they sent. The funniest thing you have ever seen in your life.
I need to see it.
Aggressive side part. Aggressive side part.
I need to see it.
Because my mom hated the middle part. Like back then, she like hated.
Side parts were the thing.
No, like if I tried
always
to do
wanted one.
middle part, which I loved. That's how I wanted my hair parted. I wanted it to be a middle part.
I wanted one so bad. My hair wouldn't do it.
Oh, see, mine, I would like get the comb and then I would straighten it down to like train my hair to like go. And my mom was like, "No, you need to do side part." And now I look back when I'm telling you guys,
to see the
I'm telling you guys like this, and then just over. And I was like.
Oh, there was something about picture days though that were so stressful. Like I remember our senior pictures for high school. It was like before school started, so like end of summer. They had all the seniors go in every like you had a schedule. And I remember going in and I was just like so stressed of how my picture was gonna look. And like senior year of college, taking those pictures, I hated those pictures because I think I get so nervous and get so dressed up because those are like pictures you're gonna look at forever. Like you're gonna show your kids senior pictures. Like you're gonna show everyone senior pictures one day.
I love seeing my mom's senior pictures. She had her senior pictures.
And I just did not like my senior pictures for my college ones. But I remember I was so stressed that day. I was like,
wait,
girl.
My mom did not have senior pictures.
My mom, I don't think she doesn't have a lot of pictures. Well, I guess not when she was younger. Because when she was coming here, she didn't like have anything with her. So we don't have a lot of pictures of her. We only have pictures like really of her like. When she was having us, like that's when they started taking pictures. So we have like photo albums of that.
Are her pictures with her parents?
No, like they don't have any pictures from when she was younger. Pictures? No, they have like maybe one from when she was in Russia, and then nothing. Yeah, we have. Maybe I should ask her, but I feel like she would have showed me at this point because we talk about her travels.
Well,
there's nothing.
Did you, when you took senior pictures, did they have you put on the little...
Oh, yeah.
I was so pissed off. They did not let us do that because it was during COVID. Because, like,
you don't share them.
You couldn't share them. I remember literally, like, picture day watching every other year watching the seniors. I was so excited to look, like, prestigious in your little, like, crest that they would have you put on to look like the cap and gown. And then I went and I was like, I can't wait to put this on. They were like, oh, no, it's just... That's why I wore the black turtleneck because I thought, oh, this is, like, what goes on under it.
That's funny.
And literally they were like, oh, no, we can't do that. I was heartbroken over that.
Because you wait all 4 years to get your senior pictures. That was like in the college ones, it was like an off the shoulder for the girls. I was so excited for that one.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a little strapless little thing, and it was like off the shoulder. It was like a red velvet one. Like, you know the classic like senior pictures you see of like old, not old ones, but like, you know what I'm talking about, like the velvet like red. That's what they wear.
Have you ever seen Taylor Swift giving her like is it NYU speech, or is it NYU?
Yeah.
Also, did you know that, you know, like in her speech when she says like the scary thing is you're on your own now, but the whatever thing is you're on your own now, and then she wrote you're on your own kid after that.
She loves an Easter egg.
And then I literally think that was an Easter egg.
Oh, I think so too. I love an Easter egg when you find out years later that she like threw it out there, and you're like, what the hell?
I always wanted to go to college because I wanted to look like that at graduation.
Did you like the purple color, or you just want to do the cap and gown?
I feel like when you see like college graduation, like the cap and gown of college graduation, like I feel like it looks like the hard work and money that you put in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My college one looked like my high school one, like my gown. I think what was...
Maybe you have to go for like a doctorate.
Yeah, I think when you're like, maybe they make them like, better. Well, different schools probably have different ones, but I like that you had the what's it called?
Triangle thing.
Yeah, you have that, and then if you have like a sorority, you have like a rope around your neck, like different things that you did in school, you get different like color things for that. You know what club I joined? I think it was, what grade was this? 4th grade? To get out of lunch. I didn't want to sit in lunch, so I went to this club because it met during lunch. There was 2. You will never be able to guess the 2 clubs that I joined to get out of lunch.
Is it a game of some sort?
Yeah, one was a game, the other one was not a game.
Was one a chess club?
Yeah, I joined a chess club. And then the other one, I don't know why I want to get out of lunch so bad. I thought it was cool to sit at a different lunch table outside of lunch and meet.
No, stuff like that is so cool in your little kid brain.
Something like different. So the other one was a stamp collecting club. We would like go through stamps.
Hell yeah.
And it was
I
the
wish
same guy.
my school had clubs.
Loved him. He was like old. Like he had to be like 80 at the time, and his hands would shake, and I loved it so much. Like it was so fun.
You know that meant like the world to him, that even any kids wanted to do it.
Joined. There was a good amount of us, honestly. So I feel like back then, like, how old were you in 4th grade? 10?
9, 10.
It wasn't like uncool to join a club. Like I was in choir.
No.
I was in the chorus in like 3rd grade.
See, oh my gosh, I always wanted to be in choir. So at my elementary school, I was in from 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. I was in student council. See,
if you were in student council, you were cool.
This is when I tell everybody that I actually peaked in elementary school, because I had like the. How far are you into Gilmore Girls?
10 episodes of season 1?
But you get like the Rory Gilmore vibe. That I was on that path when I was in elementary school. Like I was like student council, straight A's,
oh my
like
God,
in
I love
clubs.
When they had like the council in front of like your grade, and it was like, this is the treasurer, this is the secretary. Oh my God. I was like, I want to be that. There's nothing like that ever. Like we will never feel the feeling of that.
No. And then we had like team time, and I have said this before on the podcast. Obviously I live in elementary school. That was when I peaked. And I would get like awards for my writing. Like I would like write in, like we had to do like writing tests, and like you would get the prompt and you would like make a writing. I would win awards, have to read it in front of the school. I would get student of the month. I would get like
you
these
were that
like
girl.
No, they had little like anonymous slips that like teachers or other students would write in, like when you did something that was like nice to another kid, or like did something whatever. I would get those like drawn. They would be like, oh, that's
Did you have student of like the month, like for the whole school? Did you ever have those? The other, we had like a wall, I think, in elementary school of like student of the month. I think you had like pictures under it too. I always wanted one. I never knew how they got them, because I never got student of the month, but I wanted it so bad.
I would get student of the month, and they would like secretly like have your parents come, so you knew if you saw your parent come in for tea time, like you knew like, I'm getting student of the month.
Did you ever have like, I don't remember when they did it for. I think it was maybe, I don't know what you had to do in class, but you got to go out during one of like the like things you were learning, and you got to go to the cafeteria, and you got to have an ice cream party. We'd had those. I don't remember what you had to do.
I think it was like certain things that a class was doing. Like for ours, it was like the classroom with the most amount of those like anonymous slips.
Something like
like get to ice cream or pizza.
Yeah, you're
party.
doing good.
So we would like get kids to like be nice.
Yeah,
like that's what it would do. Like, hey kids, you guys will get ice cream. Yeah, you're just nice. Like it's honestly smart.
Always was it yours? The ice creams that was like chocolate and vanilla on the side with a little wooden spoon.
Small ass cups.
Wooden spoon.
But you were like, yes. Like, you
so
saw
excited.
those. Have I ever told you about the time? Like, you know, parent-teacher conferences? Well, when I was in elementary school, specifically 2nd grade, I remember, also, I don't even remember, like, how grading would work for elementary school, because, like, you kind of had no choice but to do the work.
Yeah, I just remember getting a envelope, like a yellow envelope with my report card inside of it, and it had all the letters, and then at the end, the teacher would write a little note.
Yep. Well,
I think I still have a few of them.
I think it was in math. I've never been good at math.
I used to love math.
I've always been awful at math, and I remember, like, shaking in my boots because I just, like, felt, this was in 2nd grade, and then my parents wonder why I am the way I am. Crippling anxiety as a 2nd grader, like, actually. And I was, like, both my parents were going to the parent-teacher conference, and I had always had, like, straight A's, like, that's just the mindset that I was in on, and I thought I had a B+. And we go into the parent-teacher conference, and then she pulls out the report card. I start bawling my eyes out.
What did you have?
I had an A-. And it was, but I still started bawling my eyes out because it was an A-. Also, don't know how you even have an A- in 2nd grade. I really don't get it.
They did that for us, too. It went to F. Like, you can get an F.
Yes.
Before they changed
But how are you failing? Like, I guess I don't understand because I don't have recollection until I was, like, in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade when you're older, like, having homework and stuff. Like, and how that would affect your grade. Because I feel like you just had to do it.
Well, they would send home, like, for us little, like, stapled together, like, worksheets. And we would have to do that at home and bring them in.
Yeah, I guess maybe, like, if you didn't do those, it was a dock to your grade.
Or if you got them all wrong or something.
I remember, like, sobbing my eyes out. My dad was there. And he was like, Destiny.
Like, girl.
No, I love, he was just like, I can't do this. Like, you're, like, sobbing your eyes out over having an A-. That all went out the window when I went in middle school.
For us in middle school, if you wanted to go to a different high school than the one you were zoned to, then they would look at it. Like, when I danced in high school, I wanted to go to this one high school because it was, like, for, like, the arts. Like, they had the dancing and the acting and the theater and all of that.
Like Victorious?
Kind of. Well, no, it's like a high school, but, like, they have a section off of the school with, like, the dancing. Like, you take, like, dancing class, whatever. I never did it, but I wanted to. So I had to do good in middle school to get into that.
Are there actual high schools, do you think, like Victorious and, like...
Yeah, Zoe 101's a real campus.
That is... Did you watch Zoe 101 and go, I want to do that?
Yeah. Oh, every single thing I watched, like, iCarly's bedroom, like, everything I watched, I wanted so bad. You ever watch, like, iCarly's bedroom? When she had a little trampoline to get into bed? It's like, that is, like...
Which also...
We all need that.
Where did she live in California in iCarly? Or did they live in Seattle?
I think it was Seattle. They would talk, wasn't it like a rainy... Isn't that the rainy place?
Do you ever have that in your mind sometimes where you're like, God, what was it? And then you randomly say it, and then it's like, how did I remember that?
Yeah, because I think Zoe 101 was the California one.
Pacific Coast Academy.
Yeah, and then Hannah Montana was Malibu.
Yeah. Which...
Makes sense.
Yeah. Because even in the show, her dad was like an ex...
Which one?
Star, right? Was
Zoe 101?
No, in Hannah Montana. Was he like a...
He was still Billy Ray Cyrus in the show.
I mean, like, did he used to have a... Yeah, he used to have a music career.
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode where they go back in time and they go to the diner? Yeah. That episode stuck with me.
When Dolly comes to one of the episodes, too.
Yeah. But...
What a show.
With Zoe 101 specifically, I used to be like, this would be so cool. But even from a young age, I was like, I cannot live away from my parents.
Yeah, but that was, like... When we were younger, it looked so cool, but that's kind of just like a college campus. It's a really pretty one, like a stunning college campus, but it's just like a campus.
Is it a college?
I don't know what it is, but I know it's a school.
Okay, because schools like that actually exist, right? Where like, hey, boarding school? Yes, boarding schools exist. I cannot, like, the concept of a boarding school as a parent would make me so anxious that you, like, don't see your kid for literally months out of the year.
My cousins went to boarding school, 2 of them. I think they loved it, but, like, my aunt, like, travels, like, they don't really, like, it was fine for them to go off to, like, a boarding school. I think they loved it. It's kind of just like a college for high school.
But I guess, like, because of that age, like, looking at it from, like, a way that a parent would look at it, maybe, not saying that boarding schools are awful, but I feel like it's such a critical age, like, that you need, like, your family.
You grow up differently.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And so, like, being so independent, because that is, like, forced independence in a way. Like, you cannot, like, your parents are not there.
Yeah, it's like back to camp. People go to sleepaway camp. Like, you're gone for the whole summer.
PCA was, like, so cool, though. Like, the thought of, like, having, like, friends and just, like, seeing them in class every day. And
well, because we were so young watching it, we were like, this would be cool right now. Like, us as, like, little 6th graders.
I still can't wrap my head around, like, being, like, in middle school and high school and, like, just going to a boarding school.
Yeah.
Comment if you went to a boarding school. That's so interesting to me.
I don't think I would have done well at a boarding school when I was younger.
Oh, no. Oh, my God, no. I would have done absolutely awful. Like, I literally went to camp, like, sleepaway camp for a week and was in shambles. Like, I was like, I can't do this.
When I moved out for college the first time, we cried the first, like, week. We were 30 minutes from home. It's just, like, the change of not being home.
Oh, yeah.
All the time, because I commuted when I transferred. That was not fun. But eventually you make friends, and it's really, really fun because you can, like, really do whatever. Your parents aren't there. You can see your friends all the time, go to everyone's, like, different rooms and places and your clubs and stuff. So eventually it gets fun. I think the first weeks are hard. That's like any college though, when you move away from home.
And that's like any big thing in life. The first few weeks are hard.
Yeah.
Because it's a change. You're not used to it.
Oh, I hate change. I hate change.
I also. It just throws off my equilibrium.
Yeah, I need my routine.
Need a routine.
Need a routine.
Did you ever watch, okay, what were you a Nickelodeon kid or a Disney kid?
Oh, that's so hard. I want to say, I don't know. I think I would split between, but I'm more Disney than Nickelodeon.
Really?
Yeah, wait. Nickelodeon was more Victorious? Was Nickelodeon?
Victorious, iCarly, Drake and Josh.
Yeah, but Disney was what? Hannah Montana,
Wizards of Waverly Place.
I was a Disney girl.
I would
do both, but like more Disney.
I genuinely think I was split down the middle.
Yeah. My brother, I think, was more of Nickelodeon. Like, he would watch Nickelodeon shows, I think. I would do Disney.
My brother would watch anything that I was watching. He was always like very, like, even now watching him like have Mila, like he's very much like, we'll sit down and watch like the kid shows. Like he does not care. Like he loves watching Bluey with Mila. Same. Like same.
I think everyone loves Bluey.
Also, so random. If anybody's watched Bluey, if you guys know when they do the little like old lady bit, when they're like, it's so cute in the show. They do like, Janet, and they talk like that. Mila does that.
Versace.
On her own. Mila will like, when she's talking to Charlie, she'll do the Janet voice and she'll start like acting like Janet.
That's cute.
It's so cute. But he used to watch that with me. But we would also watch like Cartoon Network. Did you have Teen Nick? Did you have that channel? We would watch Teen Nick, which always had the throwback shows. Degrassi, that's where I saw Drake for the first time.
I never watched Degrassi, but the one Carnival commercial I saw countless times.
And then they used to have like Hey Arnold, the what was that show? The Wild Thornberries.
Yeah, I don't think I watched Teen Nick. I also didn't watch Cartoon Network. I was just a Disney and a Nickelodeon, like OG.
I mean, but I loved Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Like did you ever have fat heads?
No.
Do you know what those are?
No.
It's like big sticker cutouts of people. And I got my room decorated in Hannah Montana when I was a kid, and I had a big Hannah Montana cutout in my room.
That's cute. Yeah, no, I don't think I feel like I grew up with Hannah Montana. Like, because when she started, I remember watching the premiere, and then by the time the show was over, we were so old. Yeah. No, I never had any fat heads of them. I did have a cardboard cutout of Niall Horan that I put in my closet at night because it would scare me in the middle of the night. It was like a shadow of a boy in my room.
I used to have a like life-size Barbie doll, like an actual life-size Barbie doll. I used to
have one of those.
And one day my dad came home from work and he like saw it just like sitting out, and he was like, "That is the
Yeah, it's scary.
It is scary."
I got a Rapunzel one when I was really young, but when I was little, so it was like the same height as me. Yeah. And then when I grew up, I still had it. I was like, "This is small. Like, this is not as big as I thought it was."
But still, like, when your child is as big as the doll, did you ever watch the Goosebumps TV show?
No, I think I maybe watched a couple of them, but like, I didn't sit and watch them.
Did you ever watch the episode, like deep in your memory, where like the girl wants the doll so bad that like you can get the doll that looks like you and it's like life size, and then they like switch places?
No.
Oh my god, that's.
I don't think I ever watched it.
You need to watch it. It's actually like, even now,
I forgot about Goosebumps, like the show. Like they made it into a show.
Why were they so scary?
Yeah, I watched it at my cousin's house. I remember we used to put it on, but like, I don't remember
the ventriloquist one.
I don't remember any episode.
Oh my god. I'm telling you, the doll one where she like switches places with the doll actually made me where I didn't want to play with my dolls ever again. Like, I would watch Chucky and did not care, but that Goosebumps episode, I was like, mm-mm.
I think there's one point when you grow up and then your dolls start creeping you out.
Yeah, wait,
like all my American Girl dolls are put away somewhere.
Do you know what's so sad that I literally just thought about? Because I was like, when did my dolls start creeping me out? I cannot remember. Like, there is a one day that you stop playing with your dolls.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you just woke up and yesterday you played with them, and the next day you're like, no, I'm done.
I had this Build-A-Bear. I made it in, I think it was first grade. Someone invited me to their birthday party at Build-A-Bear, and I wasn't friends with anyone at the party, so my mom went around with me to make the bear. And I still have it, but I would sleep with that bear every single night, and I think at one point in my age, I put it in my closet, and it's been in there. Like, I still have it. But, like, it was with me since first grade up until, like, a really, like, not too long ago, maybe like high school, middle of high school, and I put it in my closet. It's been there ever since. But like, yeah, at one point they're all away. I think all my dolls are in like a box in the garage or something for like one day.
That is so sad. One that like, have you ever seen those Instagram posts where it's like one day you stopped like playing outside with your friends and like you don't even know that you're doing it. Like, you don't even realize that like it's just like maybe one day you like miss it where you're like, oh, we didn't play today, but then it just like stops becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And imagine as a parent, like noticing that your kid no longer like need to pack up their dolls.
Yeah.
Oh my, I don't want kids.
As a parent, I know.
I don't want kids. I'm way too nostalgic about myself. I'm 21 years old and I'm like, I can't believe.
I know.
Could you imagine?
Like as a parent, because you obviously notice it, you're aware of what they're growing up. I know, imagine parents. If any parent is listening, I can't imagine.
Now I have to talk to my mom and be like, did you notice when I stopped playing with my dolls? Because I like loved my dolls. Like I was like, and here's the thing about me, I did not want to play with anybody. Like not in the way of like, don't play with me. It was more of a like, I was embarrassed. I've always been embarrassed to exist. From a young age, been embarrassed to exist, always.
Maddie knew who she was from a young age.
And I was embarrassed to exist. I knew that from a young age. But so when I would be playing with my dolls, like, I love to just be alone in my room and, like, make up stories and, like, whatever. And if, like, my parents try to come in or, like, my brother.
Get embarrassed.
My brother would, like, try to play with me. He'd be like, oh, do you want me to? And I'd be like, no. Yeah, like, I would get so embarrassed.
I agree. And my grandma had this huge, just, like, plastic box of all of the Barbies. And when I would go to her house, I would play with them. And my cousins would come over, would all like play with them. But when you were younger, did your like, I don't know, any friends or cousins, did they ever want to play like house? Like they wanted to be like, I'm the mom and I'm the dog, like literally just be like house. I hated playing that because I hated acting. I thought it was so like, I don't know. But my cousins were younger and they all wanted to play house all the time. I was like, okay, we'll play house. And I was always the mom because I was like the older cousin in the little family.
Yeah,
I hated acting it out.
I didn't
improv. I'm not an actor.
No. And that's another thing. Oh my God. There's like so many things from childhood that I would do, like that I now think about. Like when I would go to church on Sundays and have to go into kids' church away from my mom. Oh my God. Like I can still feel the dread that I would feel of having to be away from my mom because I didn't want to talk to, like the thought of having to go in and speak to like the children's like preachers and stuff. I'd be like, oh my God. And then they would make you like sing and dance and do these little activities and I would literally be like sitting in my chair like the whole entire service, like just like clenched, like literally like oh my God, I want to like go back with my mom because I don't want to like talk. But I wasn't like miserable. Like at some points I would like relax a little bit. I did like Bible camp and I would go to Bible camp during the day and I would hate that because I'd be like they would like quiz you and I'd be like, oh my God. But do you know what's crazy? Went to project-based learning in high school. And that was my finals, where that you would have to get up and, like, I didn't really take tests. Like, okay, if it was outside of my community that I was in, I would have to take finals and stuff. But I had most of my classes inside of my community, and instead of tests, it would be, like, projects. Like, you would do this huge project, and there would be a rubric, and you would, oh my God, the way that I would...
That's so nice, though, because I feel like people that don't like test taking and aren't good at test taking, which is...
Me?
Yeah, like, there's so many people that can't sit there for that long and take tests and do a good job. Like, some people just aren't test takers. I feel like there should be options, like, you either can do this as, like, your final...
Yes, were you a good test taker?
Yeah. I wasn't a bad test taker. Like, I never, like, I was fine just sitting there and taking the test, but, like, I was like, I don't think I liked taking tests ever. I hated a Scantron. I hated that you needed a number 2 pencil for the Scantron.
Ooh, did you have like state testing that you had to do?
We had a lot of those. We had that
were hours long.
Yeah, we had the park. I remember when the park became a thing in school. I don't remember what it was for, but like you can opt out of it. And I was like, Mom, there's no point in this. I think it was maybe if you're like, I don't remember. But we had AP tests I took. The park testing, SATs, I took like twice, I think.
Oh,
that
SATs.
Was the worst. Those were like SAT studying was not fun. At one point, I gave up, and I was like, if I do good, I do good. If I go to college, I go to college. It's not in my hands anymore.
Do you want to know what was so good about the year that I graduated because of COVID and everything? You actually didn't have to take the SATs.
I remember when that happened. I was like, there's no way.
PSAT, like the practice SAT. Our state testing was called ISTEP, Indiana State Testing something, whatever it stood for. And I had been taking that since elementary school, and it was like hours long. Like you'd have ISTEP week, so it'd be like every day you went to school, it was like hours long of testing. I don't remember what testing it was, but I feel like it wasn't in high school. Like before that, we had this testing, and it was like, I remember getting the pamphlet, and like you had to have the teacher come around and like open up the section for you and open it up, and like you had your Scantron, and it was like math was first, and then you would have to go to like the language arts, they would call it, and then you couldn't look at it before it was time to start. The teacher would come with her little pencil and like rip open it. I don't remember what it's called. But we did that like years. That's weird because that was like how ISTEP was for us.
It's probably just a New Jersey version of it.
on top of it, we would take NWEA. Did you have something like that?
I don't remember.
So what it was you would go on the computer, and I just remember doing the math and reading one, and basically you would go through, take the test, like do the little math problems, and then like for the reading comprehension and stuff, and then at the end of it, it would give you a score. So like you would take NWEA, and then it would give you your reading like Lexile and like your reading comprehension score. Teachers would take it down, same thing for math. I think the purpose of it, which this one makes sense, the NWEA testing was not near as like whatever, like you would literally just like finish it and then leave. It wasn't like iStep where you had to sit there for hours.
Yeah, that was the worst. I think the testing we took like when I was younger, just to see like what classes you're going to be put in, like in middle school, like what level you're at.
I had to take that in 6th grade.
Yeah.
And again, this was peak academia, right? And I was going for high ability classes. Like, and my aunt worked at my elementary school, so she was trying to get me in the high ability classes for middle school, right? And I was like, okay, great. So I sat down and took the test. I did not get high ability. Let's just say that. Like, I did not get in any high ability classes when I was in middle school, which was devastating to 12-year-old me.
In your I don't know, was it elementary? Did you have a class to learn a new language?
No.
Do you know what that website was called? It was a program. Everyone had to put on your headset with a microphone, and you had to learn the new language. Do you know what I'm talking about?
We had something like that, but it wasn't for new languages.
I think it starts with an R. I don't know, but it was like a whole thing. You had to sit there, like you had to. It was like in the computer lab. Like it wasn't in like another like language class. Like everyone had to sit and do that. We had that in that computer class, and then we had to learn the keyboard. You ever like play the games? We had to like learn.
Yeah,
the
when
keyboard.
you go to computer class.
That was my favorite one. I was like, I'm fast as hell.
What? Sorry, the way you said I'm fast as hell at that.
I would love that.
I was never good at it. I would fail those because even now, if you watch me type, I have to look down at the keyboard and type.
Fast as hell.
If you don't see me, if I'm like typing on the keyboard, it's because I think I have it memorized, but everything's spelled wrong, and then I go back and like spell check everything. But what do you call them? What do you call those classes? Like when you had your core classes and then the 2 class periods where you would like go.
I don't remember. When I was younger, I think we just called them like extras. Like, what extra do you have?
Yeah.
And then I think in high school it was like, I don't know what we called them.
I don't think we did either. High school was just your classes, but you know, like in middle school where you'd have the break in the day, in elementary school where you'd have the break in the day and go to like.
Yeah, those were our extras. Like we would take the computer classes and art class. I think we would just call them our extra.
I had gym, computer, music, art.
Yeah, we had music too.
Was that it?
We had the Spanish. We had Spanish in elementary school, but I think when you got to high school, I remember the teachers from high school came into our our middle school, and they were like, this is the 2 languages you can learn in high school, and they would like tell you about it. And I remember the Italian teacher came, and we could only take Spanish up until this point, but the Italian teacher came, and she was like, I think something by the end of it, like, we're gonna make pasta. I was like, going for that. I am going for that.
See, my schools, other elementary schools in the district, I think, would do where you could take like language classes in elementary school, but I remember like getting to middle school, and even I think we only had 1 language class in middle school. I think it was Chinese, and
really?
only like high ability kids could have the option to take it. And then I got to high school, and you had, I think even just for like your base level diploma,
you had to have a language?
You had to have like 2 years of language. And then I think for honors, you had to have at least 3 years of a language.
Yeah, I think ours was kind of like that. But I think in high school, again, you could go into... I don't know if high school had that. I don't know if our high school did that. I think it depended what you were doing, like what classes you were taking. Because I remember I had to take Italian in high school. But then I didn't have to do the 3-year. But I think it depended what you were trying to... I don't know why some people didn't have to do it.
Did you have different diplomas?
Yeah.
Because we just had like core 40 with honors, and then there was like another one on top of it.
Yeah, I don't really remember, but I remember I had to take Italian. There was 2 Italian teachers. One, everyone loved this one, and then the other one came, like she switched different schools and stuff, but she was really hard. Like you could not speak English in the class, and I got put into that one, and it was like my freshman year, and it was all sophomores in the class. It's like, why am I in this class? And I did not know anything, and she made you like read from like textbook in Italian to everyone like out loud. Oh, I would like shaking my boots before the class. I'd be sweating. I was so nervous.
When I was a senior in high school, I was taking algebra 2 with like sophomores and juniors.
Yeah.
I was the only senior in the class.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. That's like math. Math I was good at somehow. I was good at math in high school, and I was with the older people in math. Mm-hmm. But then as I kept going like junior and senior, I was like, I don't get this anymore. I don't know what you guys are adding to this.
No, I was never good at math. Ever. Even, like, simple math. Like, it's honestly kind of scary how, like, bad at math I am.
Yeah. Mental math is, like, hard, but if you give me, like, an equation on a paper, like, I can do that.
Like, I actually think, like, if you gave me multiplication tables, I wouldn't know how to do it. I'd be, like, reaching for a calculator to do, like, 4 times 4.
I used to love math because I think it just made sense. Like, yeah, we have an answer. There has to be a yes.
That's
an answer.
deep. Did I tell everybody that I'm on the lookout for the Cars DVD? I think I've said that before.
I should, like, check at home. I, like, have, like, a whole box of...
I know, but I need the one that literally has, like, the nostalgic, like, before whatever movie. I need to find that. Over the Hedge. I used to have... Oh, I feel like this has just turned to a nostalgia episode. I used to have my parents... Okay, so do you remember when Walmart was open 24 hours? What a time. Guys, if you did not know Walmart used to be open 24 hours, you could go to Walmart at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I wonder if ours was. I feel like we don't, like, ours is either Target or Walmart, but I feel like I usually go to Target because it's closer.
Well, ours was Walmart. And I remember, like, my dad, when he was off work, since the shifts that my dad would work, he would, like, get up in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. So he would literally, like, get up, go to Walmart from, like, 2 to 3 a.m. and just, like, walk around Walmart. And they used to have the $5 movie bins. Me and my brother used to love. I don't know where all these DVDs went because we would buy a lot of DVDs. Yeah,
I know. I used to have so many. I'm assuming they're in a box somewhere.
I know. It's me too. But my dad does get rid of a lot of stuff, so I assume they're gone. But I used to love DVDs. I love DVDs so much. My dad would just, like, this is such a dad thing, too. Mm-hmm. Go to Walmart, and he would just, like, go and, like, come home with a bunch of movies and, like, give me a bunch of movies. I had the Mater's Tall Tales, and he came back with, like, a bunch of Barbie movies.
Yeah, we used to go to Blockbuster. My dad would let us go around Blockbuster and pick
I loved Blockbuster. And then when Redbox became a thing, my dad would literally be like, when he had his days off, he'd be like, we're going to go to Redbox and get a movie.
It's so funny, like, back then, like, you got to, like, go to... like a Blockbuster or something to go pick out your movie.
I think when Netflix, and I only know this from The Office and from Gilmore Girls, I think, like, when Netflix first started, it was kind of like that where, like, you had to, like, order online and they would send you...
Oh, really?
Like, I have to look this up.
I remember it was either Blockbuster or on our TV, but On Demand.
Yep.
And you can click On Demand and you can buy movies on there, but I never knew how to use that.
Or see which ones were free that month.
Yeah, I would have to ask my mom to be like, can you put On Demand on, please? So I could, like, pick something to watch. Or it was Blockbuster. But I used to love walking around Blockbuster. They had, like, everything there. You can see it all, like, visually around. Do
you know also something I literally just saw yesterday? And it was talking about, like, how, you know, people film in Target now. And this, why did it actually make me so sad? Maybe this is why I started spiraling yesterday. It was, like, videos of people recording in, like, 2009 in Target when it had, like, the food court and it had all of the neon
signs. Remember the popcorn in Target?
That's what, when you would walk into Target and it would smell like a movie theater because they had popcorn and all of the...
Why did it have popcorn?
Well, they had, like, the food court. You could get pizza, slushies, popcorn, like, all that stuff, the food court when you first walked in. And it felt very, like, 80s. Like, that was kind of what they were going for. I want to know why companies continue to take every single ounce of personality out of their business.
I think they're just trying to stay with the times and more modern.
But why are we doing it? Why as a humanity are we taking away the color out of every single thing and just going into a monotone store with no personality? And it's so sad. Like, looking at those videos of, like, malls back in the day and, like, Targets back when I was growing up, like, why?
They just throw a Starbucks on it. My mall used to have a water fountain in the middle of it. Throw a Starbucks on it. All the Targets. They had such fun little seating.
Even that back in the day.
Barnes & Noble.
Like, Barnes & Noble and Starbucks back in the day. Mm-hmm. Like, when I look at old pictures of Starbucks.
It's an iconic duo.
But it's, like, the coziness. Like, even they're taking, like, the... Like, you're supposed to be... Coffee shops are supposed to be cozy. You're supposed to go into a coffee shop and literally feel like,
Yeah, bring back cozy coffee shop. Well, no. If you take away, like, the Starbucks and, like, the Dunkin'... and go to, like, a little coffee shop, they know what they're doing.
The coffee shop we went to this morning.
Yeah, like, they know what they're doing.
Like, the what do you call it? Mom, pop?
We need the more, I guess, like, a small business coffee shop or, like, not a chain coffee shop.
Do you know what was a big topic of conversation when we were in New York? Was how every single person was saying that they would never live in the city. And I was like, I've always been so conflicted because I feel like I always really heavily romanticized, like, city life. And then, like, when me and you were in the city, and I was like, but think about, like, having to get, like, groceries and just, like, doing your everyday things and, like, how difficult it is. Like, if you had the option to whatever. I was like, but I think, especially rewatching Gilmore Girls, I would live in a small town like that.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, I think I would only be able to do the city for, like, a year just to try it out, but I don't think it's, like, a long-term place I would be able to live. I would rather a small town like that. Like watching Gilmore Girls, I would do it. I would listen to her like that.
I actually love it. Like the fact that like everybody knows everybody, like they know what's going on, like everybody's like involved in everybody's lives. I'm like, something about that is just so
Yeah, you would love like when I went to Stone Harbor and like just Ocean City and those little towns, if you stayed there for like a week, because it's the same thing. Like everyone, like there's little like restaurants that everyone goes to and everyone just knows each other and you know who the locals are. And there's like little shops, little streets, and that's it, and just houses.
See, that's dangerous for me to go to, though. Because, like, you know, like when people go to the city and then they get the, like, bug to be like, ooh, I would go to one of these small towns and be like, I'm picking up my life. Nobody's ever going to hear from me again. I'm going to open a bookstore, and nobody's ever going to hear from me.
Okay, one day down the road, living in a small town, I would do it. I would stay in a small town. 100%
do it. I am not a city girl. Like, I'm not. I think it's fun to visit the city and be like, ooh, city. But I don't like the hustle, and I don't think it's for me. Like, the hustle and bustle of it all, and, like, how many people. Exactly. We went to Central Park, and I was like, this is the best thing that I've ever experienced.
Central Park is amazing. It's so big.
You could walk through it for hours,
It's
and
so
I
huge.
would not have enough.
Yeah.
We actually only just, like, walked through a corner of it and then walked right back out.
Yeah, there's so much of it. It's
like,
huge.
Boys don't want to, like, walk around the park. Yeah. Like, they don't want to put on a pair of Hokas.
Yeah, next time we go, maybe we should stay on the upper side of New York instead of down, and we can stay by Central Park.
Did you ever watch Madagascar growing up? That's all I could think about was the Central Park Zoo. I just saw it. I just saw a meme the other day, and it was like the Madagascar movies, and it's like Marty's like, we need to figure out a way back to the zoo, and he goes, meanwhile the penguins sidewalk. It's like all of this like
that was a good movie.
Those were. And then did you ever watch the spin-off of just like the penguins?
I don't think maybe. Yeah, weren't they on a mission? I feel like I watched that one.
It was just a TV show, though.
It was just the four of them, right? It would have
King Julian. Like, he was for some reason in the show with the penguins.
Maybe they didn't. I remember just watching the movies, and then when they went to the, what's it called? Was it Madagascar? Like, actual Madagascar?
Yeah, that was in, like, was that the second or third one?
I think it was the third one, when they met King Julian.
Somewhere. No, wait, no, that's not the song. And what a wonderful world.
No, what was the song that he sang? It always got stuck in my head. The King Julian.
Oh my god, wait.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Move it.
Oh my god, yeah. I would annoy everyone around me with that. Especially after watching the movie for the first time. Oh my god, you could not get rid of me.
See, mine was what part of the movie is that where it's the guy, the Wonderful World song, What a Wonderful World? Is that song not so depressing to anybody else? Because it makes me cry anytime I hear that song.
I don't think I know the lyrics other than the chorus.
And I'll think to myself, what a wonderful. It just makes me so sad for some reason.
It just has like a sad undertone to the song.
It does. Yeah. It's like what is that?
It's one of those.
Do you remember on Riverdale?
Oh god, I don't want to.
Did you ever watch when Betty sings? God,
I didn't get to the singing episodes. I stopped before that. And they got into theater in that show.
What was she singing? What was that song? I'm thinking of it, and it kind of gives me the same vibe.
The thing though is, I love musicals. I love singing in movies and shows. Like Mamma Mia and Grease, Victorious. Peak show, one of my favorites. Like all of the music, High School Musical. Sorry, Riverdale should not have been a musical. Why are you singing?
No, just because that show was not. You weren't going in thinking musical.
The first episode of Riverdale, there's a murder. Like, what do you mean we're going into
the first season of Riverdale slaps, and I'm tired of acting like it doesn't.
It was good. We watched the first season. After that, I'm sorry, you lost the plot completely. That's like the definition of losing the plot.
Oh yeah.
I remember I'd watch TikToks of people trying to like recap it,
or the YouTube videos where they're like explaining Riverdale to you, like as some like, and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
I don't like musicals. My mom literally was like...
I can't believe that.
My mom was like, I was looking at Broadway shows the other day. Like, my mom wants to see musicals so bad. Like, I have not rewatched High School Musical since I was a kid.
Oh, my God.
I have never rewatched it because I can't do it, even though I love Scream.
I could have watched the three of them.
Hell? I would rewatch it because of nostalgia.
Yeah, the three of those I've rewatched, like, too many times. My favorite to rewatch is the second one. I think that one is...
Really?
Yeah, that one is, like...
Mine would be the third one because I want to cry about growing up.
Yeah, see, that one always upset me because I loved High School Musical so much. Like, it physically hurt me that it was over. That one made me just so upset. But that one's also really good. I think the second one, though, is my favorite.
See, I think the third one was always my favorite. Again, I'm a very big fan of Scream.
Yeah. When the third one came out, I remember, I think I said it before, we dressed up and had a little thing at Lauren's house in, like, 8th grade or something like that. And I was Trey Bolton. And I remember my favorite part was, can I have this dance on the rooftop? Like, that is, like, one of the best scenes in movie history.
Why did I think that's how...
High school would go.
That's how high school is going to be. Like, I'm going to go on a rooftop.
But that's how I felt, 'cause it was 8th grade when it came out or whatever, and I was watching it and dancing and dressing up, and I was like, high school came, and no one's waltzing with me.
See, I like Victorious. Like, I think that their music was fine with me.
Yeah, well, they also didn't, well, they maybe sang in, like, every episode, or, like, well, because there's, like, acting and singing and everything like that. Like, they didn't have
the singing made sense, because it was not like we just randomly broke into song. It was, like, a setting up for it.
Have you ever watched Mamma Mia?
No, because I don't like musicals. I don't like them.
This is how I feel when you ask me if you've watched anything and I say no. It's like really popular and one of your favorites.
I know, it's crazy. How I feel about Mamma Mia. Because like I've never got the inclination to watch it either, because I just do not like musicals.
You've seen Grease?
No, because I don't like musicals. You would
love Grease, like the time period Grease is in.
See, I love The Outsiders. Like, before you even had to...
Literally, Grease is a musical.
I know.
version.
I remember, like, getting to 7th grade. 7th grade is, like, when everybody has to read The Outsiders. Mm-hmm. I remember being so literally pumped because I grew up watching the movie The Outsiders.
Oh,
and
really?
it was one of my favorite movies. Like, I would ask my parents if it was on demand for free. I would check if it was on demand for free. And go ask my parents, can we please watch The Outsiders?
I didn't know it was a movie.
Golden Pony Boy, kill me.
Yeah, we watched. I remember we were all reading it. Like the whole grade was reading it, and then we all had like a movie day after, and we all had to dress up. I don't remember what it was.
That's fun. Make learning fun.
Yeah,
that's fun.
It was so fun. I think
that.
I wanted to be a greaser so bad. I wanted to wear a leather jacket, but I don't think I got that.
Oh, are you gonna watch the new season of Outer Banks that comes out this month?
I don't think I finished the last one. Me and Chris watched it, and I think I fell asleep every episode. I'll try.
Actually do not see the point. You want to know why? I feel like we ended the last season off where it's like, okay.
I don't remember how it ended.
Why? It's just like when they think that they have success in a show. Because I genuinely think last season was all over the place and that it should have ended just like...
I think the first 2 seasons were the best.
Oh, yeah.
Now I just don't think I really care.
I actually never... I'm lying. I've never liked Outer Banks, like, ever.
Really?
But Isaac likes the show. Like, he actually genuinely, like, likes the plot of it. Mm-hmm. So I remember, like... when the last season came out, I was like, oh, I'll watch it because he'll watch it and he'll want to talk about it. And then he never watched the last season.
That's how I felt. I know you love Stranger Things, but that's how I felt about the most recent Stranger Things season.
I remember because that was 2022, right? And it's not coming out till 2025.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I remember, like, me and Sarah would talk, but we weren't, like, obviously how we are now. And I remember literally asking you, like, because you mentioned it in a vlog. And I was like, oh, have you finished Stranger Things yet? And you were like, oh, no.
Yeah, I think I also fell asleep during the second part or whatever. And Chris ended up finishing it.
I wanted to talk to somebody so bad about, like, what happened at the end of the season. And I was like, oh, have you, because you talked about watching in your vlog. And I was like, oh, have you finished it? And you were like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. Like,
the last one I remember finishing was the second season's my favorite. Is that the one with the mole? The second season?
No, that's the 3rd season, and that's
my
favorite season.
Best season they've ever done.
Oh my!
Because you have like the scary whatever, but you also have
it's so
the humor. Like putting what are their names together? Steve
and Robin.
No, but also Robin. Adding that, but
Steve and Dustin.
Yeah, putting them together. The 3
Erica.
of them.
You can't spell America without Erica.
Putting all of those together in all those scenes, they did something right with that.
No, they cooked, if you will.
Hard.
But also that season is so good because I feel like for a show to be set in the 80s, it really hit the nail on the head of like peak 80s summer vibes.
Yeah, that was really good.
Oh, I rewatched that over and over, but I actually restart every October season 2 because that's like their Halloween one.
Yeah, why do I not remember? I remember season 1 and 3. That's all I remember.
Season 2, I really also like, and that's because it's the Halloween episode, and I remember like Max literally, I have all of the pops of them as Ghostbusters, and Max as Michael Myers, and Bill, not Billy. What's his name? Wait, the mom's boyfriend in that season. Billy is the Max's brother. Oh my god, did you cry?
I don't remember what happened.
Tell me, be a little sister and watch that season and tell me it does not make you want to sob your eyes out.
That's like watching Gilmore Girls. It's like my mom is a girl, and that always just freaks me out. Like Gilmore Girls is really showing me that my mom is just a girl. Like the way that Lorelai acts, I'm like, you're just a girl,
and has her own life. And like,
yeah, I'm like, what? I'm sorry.
See, I like watching Gilmore Girls. I could not care less about Rory. There, I said it. Yeah,
I don't think I'm far enough in to know how I'm feeling yet. I'm only like I think 10 episodes in the first one, so like. I like know what's happening in everyone, but like I see like videos obviously and TikToks and pictures of like them with other characters, and I'm like, I don't know how we get there.
Gilmore Girls goes all over the place because it's literally like 7 seasons, so it's like
and they're long episodes. I thought they were shorter.
Oh, I love that they're long episodes.
They're long.
Have you met Kirk yet?
I did.
I love him.
Only like a couple scenes though.
But he like gets more prominent as because I think like since you're still in the first season and they obviously didn't have any like fan feedback filming it.
Oh, people said they liked him.
He gets like more prominent because you can tell like people were probably like,
yeah, you know, I'm not very far in. He's not a big character just yet.
He, like, wears a bunch of different hats in the form of, like, he randomly just, like, does every single job known to man. Like, he'll just, like, she'll be like, oh, we need to call the whatever guy in a second.
I like the French coworker.
Oh, Michelle?
Yeah, like the one that works with Lorelai.
Yeah.
I think he's funny because he's just miserable.
I know.
And hates everyone.
I know. I love Suki.
He's
Isn't
funny.
it so crazy to look at Melissa McCarthy playing Suki?
Was this her first acting?
It was one of the first things that she did.
It's crazy because she's like a side character. And, like, how popular she is and how much she's been in now. Like, it's crazy seeing the beginning.
For me, trying to watch it for the first time, like, I tried to watch it for the first time, like, 3 years ago, and then I literally only watched the first episode.
Yeah, I did that, like, 3 times.
And I stopped watching because I was like, I can't see Melissa McCarthy in this light because I was so used to, like, all of her, like, comedy that she did.
Yeah, it is interesting seeing her as, like, a side chef. Like, she's also, like, the best
She also
friend,
did another sitcom, though, Mike and Molly, that my parents watch.
I've never seen it.
It's, like, a sitcom. Just your regular.
Yeah, but I like because I watch Gilmore Girls at night. Like, I'll put it on while I'm reading at night. And
It's a perfect background show because, honestly, there's not, like, a ton of plot going on. Like, it's pretty much the same. Like, Lorelai has a terrible relationship with her parents. And then you just see that, like, go on.
Yeah, but that, too, it's like seeing Lorelai with her mom and then her with her daughter. Like, it's just, like, the generations together.
You can also see, the crazy thing about Gilmore Girls is you can see where every single person is coming from. Like, even in situations with Emily, her mom, and, like, Lorelai, I'm like, I can see both sides of, like, what her mom is trying to do. And, like, her mom is just a girl, too.
Yeah.
How long have we been talking?
An hour and 11 minutes?
Oh, my God.
Time flies when you get to catch up with your friend in real life.
It's not even catching up because we didn't talk about anything. We were just straight up like, hey, back in the day.
Yeah, so this was supposed to be a spooky episode.
Oh, my God.
I thought we had time to go. I thought we were getting into spooky.
It is so humbling whenever and it's always me that gets us off on, like, so many different tangents.
No, but it was okay. That's what happens when you're podcasting. You gotta go with the flow.
Who says a theme? Well,
it's okay. There's more spooky episodes to come in October. We have a Halloween one you guys definitely should be looking forward to.
Look forward to the Halloween one.
We'll do a spooky one next. We'll add some spooky elements to it.
Yeah, we'll do some.
We have some stuff saved.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. So that's not gonna come out.
We'll talk about me being in Texas in next week's episode.
Next week's one, but the spooky stuff's not gonna be until the last episode of the month. So
stay tuned. You have a fun-filled October.
Stay freaking tuned, everybody. Well, that's it for Bookmark'd this week. We hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys got really nostalgic AF with us because that's what we were doing.
This is just peak nostalgia episode.
We have some banger episodes coming out. Some banger episodes coming out this month. So stay tuned. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.